Hey guys, welcome back. So right here we have one of the most, popular speakers I think ever produced by JBL. And yes, this in fact is not an actual real JBL. Make sure you know this while you're watching this video. This is a copy. It's a reproduction. It is not a real speaker. I've done a video on exactly this speaker on my channel. I'm going to put a link in the description if you guys want to see and how to spot the differences between a real and a fake one. But either way, the subject of this video is going to be, we're going to just basically examine why the bass sucks so much. And I'm going to try to attempt to disassemble at least, some portions, mainly to see if we can remove this bass radiator right here with what looks like to be just a basic sticker of the JBL. So the main issue is, in my opinion, the bass is just terrible. So what is supposed to happen, let's say I just push in this bass radiator. You can see I'm kind of pushing it in, but there's absolutely nothing happening this side. So it's barely even moving, very, very minimally. So because of that, I'm led to believe that there's just really poor kind of seal going on around the side, or maybe somewhere internally. Could also air could also just be coming out of any of these ports. So we're going to do a little bit of a test here further on in the video. We're going to see if there's just a lot of air coming out anywhere. But just for your reference, I have another speaker here. This is a Harman Kardon Onyx Studio. Perfect speaker, one of my favorites. It also has two bass radiators, one here in the back and one here in the front. Now let me just push this one, and I'm going to push it like so. You could see in the back it's also moving back. You can see the clear movement right there. So this is a sealed speaker unit. This is what it should look like. Also in the front, if I just, with my own finger in the back, push the back one, you could see the speaker slightly move in and out, and the top bass radiator also moves in and out. Okay guys, so I got this really good bass tester. It's a video available on YouTube. Basically it runs through all the frequency ranges, starting from very high and going to very low. So let's pair this thing up and see how low it will go. Okay, so it's on. Let's just hope it pairs. I'm just going to play this. It should automatically pair. We are at full volume right now, and just let's take a look to see where it stops being audible completely. I suspect it'll be somewhere around 60 hertz. Now this bass radiator is moving very, very slightly actually. And right now we're getting a very low hertz right here, 70. And basically at about 65, it's almost inaudible. At 50, it's really nothing coming out of here. There's no vibration and nothing. So I would call this frequency response to basically be done at about 60. Okay guys, so I got it paired up once again to a basic YouTube song. It's a song that I know what it sounds like. It has a good amount of bass. Volume wise, we're at about 50 to 60%. You can see right here on the iPad. And check this out. This is something interesting. I actually just figured this out right now. So if we press and hold the plus button, which is the volume, notice what it sounds like. You heard that. It's quite funny. So that basically means that the speaker volume is all the way up high. Pretty interesting. I've never heard that before in a real JBL speaker, but there you go. Learn something new every day. So let's just take a kind of listen to see what it sounds like, see if we kind of like the bass coming out of here, and then we'll go on and disassemble the speaker. We're about 75% volume right now. The speaker is on all the way. Cool. We are pretty 80% about, and it is slightly moving. There's no air coming out of these rear ports, sealed pretty well. Okay guys, so you heard that. That's basically what this sounds like without any modification. So right now, let's just take this apart and see what's inside. Maybe see if we can kind of figure out a way of how to improve the sound of this speaker. Okay, so it looks like the first thing I'm gonna do is try to unscrew this. Okay, so yeah, so this is just basically screwed on. We took off this cap, that was pretty straightforward. And we have 4 screws right here. Just 4 small regular Phillips head screws. Now a real JBL Charge 2 speaker doesn't look anything like this. It has 2 screws for each kind of location here. So you have 8 screws total is what you're supposed to have. Let's take off this other side, and we have the same exact thing right here. It's pretty straightforward. The base radiator moves, but you know, once again, the back is just barely moving. So let me unscrew these little Phillips head screws right here, and we'll take a look inside. Okay guys, so this thing just basically came right off. The steel on this is terrible. Now I know I've seen some disassemblies of the real JBL speaker. Now this thing had some kind of foam on the outside. This is just basically kind of like a relatively not very soft rubber compound. And the idea is you simply put this on and it seals on here with the screws, and that's it. So there you go. That's probably a good explanation why. You could see there's just like massive holes here around the frame. And the rubber itself is really not that malleable. It's kind of just a small little piece of rubber right here. And let's see, this piece has an okay amount of weight actually. Let's see if this is metal. I know the outside here is a sticker, but let's see, this is a magnet. If it sticks, it's metal. All right, so it is metal. That's good. All right, so it's not just a simple sticker. It is actually metal. You could tell that this is, you know, an actual magnet, you know, in case some of you think I'm fooling you out there. I'm not fooling you. But there it is. Let's take off this one. Okay guys, so that came off really easy as well. It's identical on the other side. And here we could look through the speaker. So look at that. The speakers themselves are very thin. I'm gonna put a picture up here so you guys could kind of tell what an actual JBL Charge 2 speaker driver unit should look like, and it is substantially thicker than the one you see here. You could tell that basically the magnet size here is incredibly small. So the amount of air that this thing could drive is, you know, obviously gonna be much lower than a regular speaker, what you would expect. There's also these wires here. They look really poorly secured. There's no foam insulation on the wires inside right there. Not something you want to see. So now let's see if we could take off the grill. Now, I suspect that basically I already tried a couple times, but it didn't actually come off. I don't want to ruin it. I wanted to kind of do it on video. But, you know, I basically just took a regular flathead screwdriver and one of these putty knives, try to stick it in there, see if it could come out. So I'll just try to see. I didn't do it all the way, but I made some marks here so far. But let's see, so something's cracking. I already hear it. All right, so it just basically came out. So this is what it looks like, guys. So I could see that this little grill mechanism here, it's kind of pushed in, but it also is just simply glued in. So right, as I take it out, you could see the glue right here. So it does have glue. This is not really the way this mechanism is held on a real speaker, but for the purposes of this video, we're just gonna take it off. It's kind of a little element inside, doesn't really do nothing. I might actually get rid of it. I'm not quite sure what this is supposed to do, but kind of looks nice without it. It's see-through, right? You know, it's kind of nice actually. So this is the drivers themselves. Now, definitely not the way that a real JBL speaker looks like. A regular one, the driver units would be mounted with 4 screws in each side. I'm gonna put a picture here so you guys could see to have something to compare it to at least. And, you know, of course, since these little tiny speakers aren't gonna be driving much air, you know, what else could we expect from the base radiators? But I will try to do a part 2 follow-up on this video. Something a little bit more interesting, and you guys let me know if we can get over 100 likes on this video. I will attempt to find a way to seal this base radiator and kind of mount it on here in such a way to kind of increase the internal pressure of the speaker, in which I hope to also kind of raise the bass levels of this unit. The front of the speakers here look to be sealed pretty well. I don't see any obvious gaps or holes, so that's not going to be a way around it. And it looks like the back, there's really no air coming out of it. It looks like the biggest culprit here would be these units. Now, I have a couple methods that I'm going to try, but you guys let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions of how I could possibly increase the seal of this mechanism and this one at the same time. So I think that'd be something really interesting to do as a project for such a cheap speaker. I think these are generally found for under $30, $28 at times, free shipping. And it's pretty cool looking, guys. So if you could just do a small little mod to make it sound a little bit better, I don't see why not. But anyways, there it is, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And once again, let me know if you have any suggestions on how I could possibly seal this a little bit better. Till next time, thanks.